Hello and welcome back to the Bastard Children of Everil and Unbardoon adventure. Previously on the Bastard Children of Everil, the bastards all had different ideas of what should be the top priority once Versi was slain. Helaena and Abydan stood in the watchtower getting a better look at the city. Tilda and Buddy went into the sewers for a moment of silence, and Quincy went directly back to the manor of Lord Grinnis. Quincy was overcome with emotion, knowing that they did not lose the citizens of Radaran. Helaena remembered that they were now under the impending threat of the Empress, and she said that they must alert the guards first. Abydan wanted to check on the civilians first, so the two parted ways. Tilda and Buddy talked about their growth lately and decided to check in on Quincy. Quincy found that no one was taking charge of the crowd of people and found Lennox, the squad commander they met before, and got some information from him about what he remembered and what had happened. The others started arriving, and with Lennox's help, Quincy and Abydan got everyone's attention. Quincy stood before the town of Radaran and began explaining some of what had been occurring in the kingdom, letting them know that the king was dead, bastards were named, and that now the kingdom was under the influence of a monster. Abydan stepped in and gave the people a rousing speech, and ended it with the information that the Empress was on their doorstep. They convinced the people to evacuate their homes and move into the sewers, and the move began nearly immediately. Once they got everyone settled, everyone was a little uneasy. The bastards talked about plans for the upcoming fight, discussing using peppermint bombs and fire, but they also talked about where they were truly going from here. Helaena was dead set on not being a hero apart from being what she was, a soldier. The others had grand plans of starting a rebellion, using Quincy as a figurehead and rallying the citizens of Everil against Herix and Shavera. Eventually, they settled down for sleep, and Helaena took her place with the guards at the wall. On Helena's watch, she spotted something peculiar. 5 black, shiny horses were trotting up to the gate. They sent 3 guards to investigate, and in an instant, the first horse burst into millions of scorpions and devoured all 3 guards until nothing but bones remained. The rest galloped to the gates as Helaena shouted for aid. And that is where we are in the Bastard Children of Everil and Unbardoon adventure. And the story continues now.
Welcome back, adventurer.
Hi!
Hello.
Hola.
I'm not an adventurer. I'm sorry.
Oh.
What are you?
Adventure happens to me. I am but a bystander.
Mm.
That's
You're
very
like a-
theater-minded of you.
Don't ever say that to me.
Just
I
bad-
hate the theater. I spell it E-R.
Oh gosh.
Literally a conversation I just had with someone the other day.
All right, cool. So, horses turned scorpion, turned
Horses.
man-eaters, turned confused adventurers.
I mean,
With that being said,
yeah.
Helaena, you're the one who's looking at all of what has happened. The story is yours.
Helaena immediately runs to, I assume there's a watchtower where she can ring the bells, pretty nearby on the walls.
Yeah, there definitely would be.
She immediately runs to that watchtower to sound the alarm, to get the guards up, to get everyone into position. I imagine that they were going to start with a pretty standard archers on the walls, volley, 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 and in between there's probably a stash of those peppermint Molotov cocktails somewhere to
Sure.
alternate between arrows, fire, until they start to get to the gates, at which point they're probably just going to start wailing on some scorpions.
Okay. All right, sounds good. What's your passive?
Yeah.
Perception.
Yep, it is 15.
Okay, great. You don't notice it while you're in the watchtower until it's literally happening to you. But you look down at your shoe, you can hear a scrunching sound at your feet. And as you look down, this skittering or scrunching sound, you notice that there are a total of 6 scorpions that are already climbing on your shoes.
Ah!
Jeez, they're fast little buggers.
They are insects, yes.
Her main priority is going to be to ring the bell before she even deals with the scorpions, because if she doesn't ring the bell, no one is going to wake up. So she's going to go out to ring that bell, and then she is immediately going to take her sword and start to smash the scorpions to the best of her ability.
While it's still attached to your foot?
No, I guess brush them off then.
Okay, well, we'll resolve that in a second. You do ring the bell.
Yeah,
you do ring the bell. The bell
that's
chimes off a good solid 6 ringing of bells, and you're able to sound the alarm. As you do so, you notice that these scorpions that are on your shoes begin to hiss at you as well. Now, the other 4 of you go ahead and hear the ringing of bells. What do you do?
Oh, is that an alarm?
I think it's time to wake up. Who set the alarm?
I believe that was the guards in the tower, signifying there's an attack.
Oh, it's that kind of alarm.
Didn't we just do this?
Yeah, well, we've got to do it again.
Okay.
Right.
I don't wear armor. I'm off.
Yeah. Did we decide in the night before if one of us was going to stay behind and guard the sewers, or are we all just going to go?
We're all just gonna go. There are some.
We have some guards stationed. Yeah. We
We're
got
not
them.
idiots.
Okay, so we rush to where we know Helaena would be then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I mean, it's if we're in the sewers where we were, then the closest guard tower is just like right there, based on our previous battles.
When we get within like the 200, 300 feet, whatever, 120 feet, I'm going to try to send a message to Helaena and ask what's happening.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Helaena, you've killed a total of 6 scorpions already. But there's another 10 that are on your position. You can go ahead and tell that to Buddy.
Okay. Scorpions. Killing currently. Please hurry.
She said there are scorpions, and she said get over here.
Well, we have to make haste.
Understatement.
I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on Buddy while we're running. You now have advantage on con saves and 2d6 temporary hit points.
Nice.
10 temporary hit points.
Oh my god, I'm indestructible. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a substantial amount.
Oh, just you wait.
Somebody's going to die. And hopefully not going to be Buddy.
It may be the DM. We may kill him.
I'm running beside Buddy, and I go to slap him, and I'm like, you can't die this time, but because I'm just short enough,
That's
I
my
smack
butt.
him in the butt. Yep. Immediately just smack his ass, and I'm like, sorry.
Go get him, champ, and
My
just
cheeks.
smack him right on the ass.
Buddy immediately surges like 5 feet faster from that smack on the ass. He's just like, oh. Walks in.
DM logistical question. Are we in our armor? Because Helaena would probably not have slept in her armor. It would have been there ready to go, and she would have put maybe a couple pieces on to hop out and see what was up, but I mean, there's no way she's in full armor.
Quincy definitely slept in full armor.
Yes, Abydan too.
He's too paranoid for that.
Have my great Hong shirt.
That's all.
Because she probably would have kept everything but like breastplate on, and would she have had time as she was getting up to throw that on?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, okay. Just checking.
Yeah, no, great question, though. Great question. Helaena, a total of 6 scorpions have been killed originally. Now you're up to 12 whenever the other 4 arrive. As the 4 of you arrive, go ahead and make a perception check.
All of us?
The 4 who are arriving.
Guidance.
Proceed.
Perception.
I got a 17.
That would be a 5.
Perception.
I'm really scared of scorpions.
A 23.
Buddy beats me. I got 21.
17, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Guidance.
With that, Buddy, Abydan, and Quincy, the 3 of you are able to notice the scorpions. They're hard to see at first, except for the glistening of them. It looks like a morning dew, a black morning dew is covering portions of the wall, and then is also covering is also covering the ladder to get up to the watchtower. Tilda, you were able to notice very little of this, except for that everything looks dark around you, but your perception does let you hear something that the others don't, and that's the sound of crunching every step you take.
Guys,
It's so moist in here.
it's squishy on my feet. I look down. I'm assuming I'm stepping on scorpions.
Weirdly, yes.
Oh
How'd you
my
know?
god. I
Do
think.
all of us notice this at this point?
If Tilda is directing your attention to it, then yes.
Oh, I scream, and I'm like,
then yes.
"No, scorpions, 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 scorpions!"
Immediately whirl behind us. How many scorpions do I see?
In the range of 50 to 1,000. That's a big range. I'm sorry. Hold on.
I thought
Let me
they
give you
were
a more
covering-
specific number.
I thought they
Anywhere
were
between
covering
1
the
and
walls.
600 million?
Yeah. There's a really big number, enough to where every step that Tilda is taking, she's at least crunching one.
Yeah,
if you're
that's-
familiar with the Greenwood, South Carolina cicada pandemic of 2024, it was like that.
Cicada-geddon. Yes.
So did they?
Right.
So they moved. So after the rest of us had moved forward a little, because Tilda is slightly slower than the rest of us.
Oh, I'm actively climbing on Quincy's back now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I
Pick me up,
hoist
pick me
her.
up, pick me up, pick me up.
I hoist her up. Oh,
but
no.
I'm just like,
My question is, did they wait for us to come by, or did they just like the rest?
Oh no,
of
they
us
were in the
go-
process of moving.
Okay, so it wasn't that they waited to ambush us and then pick off the one at the back of the pack.
Are they
No.
Okay.
Are they currently attacking us?
If you stay still, yes, they will.
Okay, as horrifyingly atrocious this is, we have to get to Helaena right now. And Quincy will just, with Tilda on his back, just like try and hop and try and avoid them as much as possible, but continue moving.
You know the
payback
squish
for you
sound
riding
whenever
me as a wolf. Not payback.
you know the squish sound whenever you're running through puddles on concrete, trying to get out of the rain. That's the sound.
Lovely.
Tilda did not like that.
As we move through, are they just on the ground? Where are they coming from?
They're coming from the outsides of the walls, but they are officially over the walls
they're
now
over
and,
the wall. Okay.
and into the main area. Yes.
All right.
We need to find the Scorpion Queen because there's no point in trying to kill 1,000 scorpions if more are just going to keep coming.
Agreed.
They're not attacking us if we're running, so hopefully
Keep
let's
running.
keep going.
As you all keep running, Helaena, you're the first to notice this potentially. Make a perception check as you are continuing to ring the bell and defend yourself of the creatures crawling on your feet.
Natural 20.
Love it.
I think that's the first natural 20 I've rolled in this
Yeah.
campaign. Also,
That was
the first-
good. Natural 20.
That's the first natural 20 I've seen you roll in literally like 3 months.
Yeah.
feasibly, yes.
Yeah. Helaena, you were able to notice now the glimmering of these scorpions seems to become less glimmery and more matte finished. But you're able to spot these creatures a little bit easier. They look to be about the size of like a squirrel each.
What size were they previously?
Oh, they were scorpion sized. Now they're squirrel sized.
Oh.
Okay. As if the creatures currently in front of me are growing, or as if the ones that are coming in to replace them are larger than...
The ones coming in to replace are larger, yes.
Okay. Helaena is going to dodge the scorpions to the best of her ability to get back out onto the battlements. I assume that at least one volley, maybe two, has gone off.
Oh yeah, no, this is what's happening of the creatures that are getting through.
Okay. When I get out onto the battlements, are these scorpions that are further and further out, are they looking bigger and bigger?
That is correct.
Okay, Helena's gonna hold her position and take up to join in volleys. with the rest of the soldiers to wait for the rest of her squad to catch up with her.
Okay. You're able to hear the female guard who you spoke to last session, who gives the shout, "Follies now! Follies now! The creatures are bigger!"
Yep. Helaena picks her target and fires.
Yep. Quincy.
Well, I was just going to ask, like, what specifically is happening with the volleys? Like, are they seemingly effective or anything?
Yes, it is. They are seemingly more effective. And again, it's the early hours before daybreak. So they're becoming more and more visible, especially now that the creatures are also larger.
Oh.
But the volleys are being effective. Yes, Helaena.
Has anyone been stung by one of the scorpions already on the battlements? And if so, what are their symptoms?
Very good. As you perceive around you to see if anyone has been stung, yes. A few of the guards look as though they are sleeping. They have fallen down, completely unconscious. As they are unconscious, they immediately get swarmed by the smaller ones and then leave whenever there is only bones remaining.
Brendan Fraser's the mummy?
Helena's gonna try to pull a couple of guards off the ends to try to pick up soldiers that are going down to get them out of the way of these scorpions, if at all possible.
Sure, definitely. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Oh gosh. Yes.
Or I'm sorry, not sleight of hands. Let's have that be athletics.
Yes, thank you.
We'll get a sleight of hand.
Okay, that's a 15. That's
Okay.
a 15 total.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pick up a couple of these guards. Most of them are now, like, on their exposed arms that you can see, or on their exposed legs. They have these blisters that are forming. Pus-filled blisters that are somewhat exploding as you touch them.
Yeah, just trying to get him into wherever the medics are.
Sorry, that was maybe too much. My bad.
No, that's fine. It was a great visual, and I had a very visceral reaction to that.
Ugh.
What's the plan there, gang? You guys are able to see Helaena up at the top of armaments, and you can see the volleys going off. But now you're able to see the first two of these scorpions that are about the size of a squirrel that come up to you, closely to Helaena.
Take the steps two at a time. Hup, hup, hup. And I mean, just as soon as I see this, Abydan sees the scorpion. It's bearing down on her, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Rapier out, just immediate thrust.
Okay, roll the hit. Trying to what?
I don't know too much about scorpion biology, but I was raised a noble, and therefore, because of how rich Everil was, I assume lobsters are a thing.
There are variations of lobster, yeah.
Okay.
There are variations of giant crustaceans, sure.
This dredges memories of seeing these things alive, because you have to cook lobsters alive because we're monsters, but also I remember that there may be, can I maybe try and remember if there are weaknesses in their Titanus armor?
Make a nature roll.
Alright.
I don't want it to be history, I want it to be nature.
It doesn't, I don't think it matters either way. I think I just have +0, so come on, baby. Yeah, 19.
19, love it.
Raw 19.
Yep. With a 19, you do remember that that there is a rough part between the scorpion's head and its abdomen, where it's almost like a chink in its plated armor.
Right. DM, I would like to make a called shot to try and hit that spot in its armor.
By all means, please do call your shot. Hitting just on the back of the neck.
22.
A 22 will absolutely hit.
16 + 6. So as I kind of barrel up the stairs and I see this squirrel-sized scorpion coming this way, these images of my childhood flash in my mind. It's just one simultaneous thrust with the arm and the rapier, just straight diagonally down.
Yep.
This chink. hopefully going all the way through. Maybe pinning it, but
Yeah.
right through it. And Asha rolls a damage for 12 damage, rolled max. Piercing.
All right, awesome. That's enough to kill it.
I yank the rapier out. There are holes in their armor, everyone. Where the name would be on anything else. Aim there.
Okay.
And then
Is there
all I
another
got.
one? Is there another one next to her?
Yes, there would be.
Quincy just goes up, takes a running, like almost field goal kick, and just tries to punt it off the wall.
If you fail this with a natural 1, you're gonna Charlie Brown.
Hey, but you know what Charlie Brown does? He gets right back up and he kicks it again. So I would say he should get as many attempts as he wants.
That's a 16.
A 16 will work.
Oh wait, never mind. 18 rather.
Yeah.
It would take 4 points of bludgeon damage for my foot, and then however long I am able to kick this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The 4 points of bludgeoning damage isn't enough to kill it. It's actually resistant to bludgeoning damage. I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. Anyways.
I mean, it has Jim or whatever. So.
Yeah.
How far do I kick this thing, though?
You kick it off the wall.
How tall is the wall?
Tall's about somewhere between 10 and 15 feet. You know, somewhere between 10 and 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
All right, so he'll take between 1 and 10,000 d6 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of bludgeoning damage. Not enough to kill it.
Does it take 6,000
Sure,
bludgeoning
sure.
damage? Because that'd be real neat.
No.
All right. What about the other
Tilda,
two?
what are you doing?
Okay. Brain-wise, I'm assuming this is like a normal concrete barrier wall, and then there's like the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any gates? And we're on the other side, and they're coming over the wall.
That's correct.
Do I see a like, are they just coming over one part and kind of like going out, or is it just the whole wall cascading?
It is progressively becoming more and more of the whole wall.
Okay. Well, oh no, I lost my thing.
And these creatures are coming just straight out of the woods at this point. Like,
Yeah, so
there were the initial horse-shaped ones, which were just all of them working together to give the image of a horse. But now the rest of them are just pouring out.
okay. Tilda is still. I guess I was still holding on to Quincy as you were stepping on him,
Absolutely.
and I'm like, "Yeah, go Quincy!" And then I am just so terrified of these scorpions that I am going to wild shape into something that I think is scarier than a scorpion, and I'm gonna wild shape into a giant spider
Oh.
so I can fight the scorpions. It's a whole. It's the next
Weird
movie.
Animal Kingdom.
Yeah,
you know.
and it's
Okay.
and this is happening while I'm.
I suddenly feel
With
8
it's
legs where I felt 4 appendages, and I'm like, the highest pitch scream that is only hearable by dogs.
It's fine.
And then he just like rolls his shoulders trying to get off.
I just like as I'm like falling off, I just kind of pat you on the cheek with my little pincer, like. Ding-ding.
Ah!
And there are ones actively attacking Helaena.
None
Or
that
they-
are actively attacking Helaena, but they're just like attacking every guard in sight, like not specifically targeting Helaena.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna make my way towards the wall because as a spider I can climb over it. But I'm just going to go, as I'm going that direction, just attack the biggest scorpion I can see. The next, like, the one that comes towards me.
Okay.
I'm gonna bite it. I hate this for myself.
All right, roll the hit.
17.
A 17 bite will absolutely hit.
Okay, cool. So I am gonna do, let's see. Ooh. 11 piercing damage. And it must make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw or it's poisoned.
It's immune.
I figured as much, but might as well ask.
Yep,
we know
no, that's
they're
fair,
immune
that's
to
fair.
poison.
That's
We know they're
fine.
immune to
I
poison.
just bite it. Gang, gang.
Have Have you ever had cricket tacos?
Well, why?
Because cricket tacos are A, delicious, but B, it's the same mouthfeel.
He's not lying.
No, thank you. All I can think of is those resin lollipops from the aquarium that had the bugs in them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nasty. Somehow in spider form, you hear a squeal, but it's just coming from the spider as I bite on it. And then that's all I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to keep going towards the wall.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, one more thing that I meant to mention to Abydan and to you, Tilda, is that whenever you kill one of these things, a faint lilac purple colored mist comes from underneath their skeleton armor.
Do the other scorpions get bigger when we kill them?
I didn't say that. Buddy, you're up.
My turn in the initiative order is what? So we are by the walls. There's a tower. There are a bunch of scorpions around. There's a giant spider that just climbed up the walls. There's a screaming bard who I just said should be king.
I'm showing a lot of courage.
I am going to. So Tilda went over the wall, right?
Yes. Up to the top of the wall, right?
Yeah, I'm climbing up the wall. I'm trying to see where the Scorpion Queen is.
All right, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to walk up to the side of the wall, and you're going to look, and there's going to be a close-up of little tiny spider legs that come out of my fingertips, and you're going to hear dun, 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 a Danny Elfman track playing as I cast Spider Climb on myself. And Toby Maguire my way up the wall, just to get another viewpoint with Tilda.
I love that so much. Okay, cool. Make a perception check. And Tilda also make a perception check.
I cannot make a guide. I cannot do guidance myself. So, but it's not bad. That's a slutty 20.
12.
Okay.
I'm very distracted.
We'll take the 20 over the 2, but both of you are going to gain the same information. And with that, you're going to be able to see what looks to be a young child. A young child in all white who is frolicking amongst the scorpions. Legitimately frolicking, like skipping around them, like just jumping around as if you were skipping through a field of daisies. As she does so, her hands, and she's like relatively young from what you can see, somewhere between like 7 and 8 years old. She raises her right hand as she's skipping and makes a large circle above her head. What looks to be thousands of scorpions just sort of shower over her, coming down from what looks to be this portal that she has created, that then scurry along their way, gradually growing in size till they're a little bit like the size of a relatively small dog, like a corgi size.
Tilda, what do your spider eyes see? I don't speak spider. I can only climb like them. Tilda.
Presumably, Tilda, you also see this. That's no problem. Helaena, I believe you're up next.
Okay. Are we able to see the Scorpion Queen on the battlements, like all the guards? At this point, is she in range, or?
You can see her. I'm not sure that this is necessarily that she's necessarily within range.
How far is she?
I'd say about 400 foot away, a little over a football field.
Okay. Everyone else is on the battlements with Helaena now, right? Abydan and Quincy are right there.
Abydan is there, Quincy is there, a massive spider is there, and Toby Maguire is also.
Helena's gonna turn and look at them and go, We need to get to her, or taking out these scorpions isn't going to do anything.
Has our plan been effective? Are they really slowing down the onslaught?
Sure, the scorpions are being picked apart by arrows and swords and fire, but she's just creating more.
Oh. Well, that is a problem.
If we can get to her, I can hold the ones she summons and the ones currently around her to me, if it comes to that.
We have two options, potentially. We can get horses or some other mode of transport and go to her, or we can wait for her to get within range and then concentrate fire there.
And I'm assuming as we're talking, we're like batting away scorpions and like hacking and slashing.
That's 100% right, yeah.
Swashbuckling conversations.
Back to back.
While waiting for her to come within range might cause more little scorpions to be spawned. If we try to get a group together to go out there, I don't think we're going to make it, but it is an option if we can fly.
But we would abandon these dogs, would we not?
I don't think it would be abandoning. We would be taking out a source of scorpions, which is the opposite of abandoning.
I think that would be much better. As long as they don't fully breach into the city, I think we're fine for now. They will be able to hold them off long enough for us to get to her.
But can we, just the 5 of us, as we are, kill her, or would it be smarter to have the entire force of Redorand's guards and their bows and fire trained on her?
If you can get them all to focus on them while also being waylaid by thousands of scorpions, absolutely.
DM, is she continuing to move towards the city, or is she in a
She is
static?
very intentionally staying out of range.
Okay.
Well,
If we can go out there and draw her closer to the city, we can start the assault, and hopefully the guards on the battlements can finish it.
we could always try drawing her attention. A well-placed arrow may do it.
A well-placed arrow at that range.
It's improbable, hard to do, but it's possible.
All right. Well,
We lose nothing by doing it except, well, an arrow.
fine. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Tilda, you want to be the one to fire it?
She's a spider.
Yeah.
I mean, she could take a.
I'm sorry, I said Tilda, I meant Helaena. I'm sorry.
Yeah? I'll fire it. Somebody remind me what are the rules for when you're out of range?
Longbow, if you have a longbow, it's got a range of 600 feet, but you'll roll at disadvantage.
Nope, I got a light crossbow, which is a rate of 320, which if the Empress is like a football...
Yeah,
Abydan has a long.
I have a longbow.
Yeah, then Helaena will kind of like heft her crossbow and go, this isn't meant to hit at this distance. Anybody got anything better?
I do.
Go, Abydan.
First roll?
Hold on,
While
before that happens, DM, we've mentioned that they've been volleying. Do they have any fire arrows around?
Yes. Presumably there would be fire arrows going off as well as jars of peppermint oil.
I was about to get one for myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
That are also being ignited and just being thrown over the wall, creating a very thick smell of burning oil.
I'll get one of the jars for myself.
Okay.
For whenever we go.
And Buddy,
Yeah.
now prepare the arrow to fire. Got a light for this one?
No. I'm way over here on top of a wall. I think you missed the part where that's my problem.
Climb down.
No.
Right, that's fair.
I don't have access. I can't do fire stuff.
Okay.
They're torches. It's night.
Early morning, about
Yeah.
5 a.m. Sun's about to
Alright.
come up.
That'll be fine then. Thank you for your creative input, buddy. I do still appreciate you.
Uncle Ben. I'm trying to think of Spider-Man lines.
I loved your rice.
Can I have an advance? You'll get your rent when you kill all these damn scorpions.
There we go.
All right, here we go.
Get me a picture of the Scorpion Queen.
All right.
First roll.
First roll is 22, and then I have to roll a second time. 21.
All right, good deal. Yeah, that's enough to beat armor class at disadvantage. So that means you rolled what, a 18 and 17, something like that.
16 and 17.
Okay. As you shoot, you are able to strike her. As you strike her in the back of her left shoulder, she sort of stops moving, as do all of the scorpions. It becomes eerily quiet. And then she resumes skipping, but almost like she psychically told everyone to make their return. Go ahead and roll for damage.
4 plus 4 for piercing. Do I add anything for the fire?
Yes. Roll a d6.
6. See ace.
Okay, so how much total?
14. 4 plus 4, 8 plus 6, 14. Right?
Yep, that's right. Okay, cool. So 14 points of damage has been dealt. Yeah, she seems relatively unfazed, but as she brings her children back to her, they begin climbing about themselves into 6 enormous legs.
Are the ones at the gate moving that way?
Yes, they are.
Then, as part of my bonus action for this turn, in a bid to prevent this reformation, I suppose, Abydan will kind of like switch his gaze from the Scorpion Empress to the mob of scorpions on the wall and the ones trying to stream up the wall. And there'll just be like a flicker of silver that crosses through his eyes, and he casts his open hand out above the battlefield. Face me. And I'm going to channel divinity. Will everything on the ground and within 30 feet of me please make a wisdom saving throw that is an enemy?
Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, okay. What's the result?
What do they get? What do they roll?
Basically an unnatural 20.
It doesn't work then. With a shot.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Tilda, I think that means you're up next.
Okay, so I'm still on the wall, and I definitely missed. How far away is she from the wall?
I said about 360 foot, or no, 320 foot.
All right, well, if I scurry down the wall and just keep, like, going towards her, does she, which I am going to do, does she move away from me, or is she remaining in there, surrounded by her?
You're asking about the babies specifically?
No, I'm asking about the Scorpion Queen. If she noticed me scurrying towards her. Like, I'm clearly far away, but I'm making my way towards her.
She seems to notice you, but doesn't seem to be phased.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to just keep chasing her. She's just gonna keep backing up.
Right.
It felt like a very dumb game of jumping. What is it? Cat and mouse. Okay. So the scorpions are creating feet around her?
That is correct. Enormous legs, like 20-foot tall legs.
And what is the closest thing towards me as I'm running towards her? As a spider, I only have 30 feet of movement, so it's only 5 feet more than I can go.
Sure.
And I don't have any ranged things, so I don't know if there's anything closer to me that I need to fight, or if I just keep running towards her.
Okay, all right. There are still some that are around, but most of them are retreating back to create this large beast.
Okay, well then I'm just going to get closer.
Okay.
That's smart.
Okay, you're on the other side of the wall. There's no problem there.
Just gonna see me scurry.
And you make it to about
there's a
300 foot away.
Tilda is actively screaming as a spider form because not only does she hate the scorpion concept, but she does not like that she did turn into a big spider, even though she was thinking about something scarier. And so all you hear is just like this weird spider scream as I'm just like, oh, running away.
Okay. All right.
And I think it did skip over me, but I was basically going to try and, once the arrow has been fired, stick with Tilda and try and follow her. But since she's like climbing on walls and stuff, I'll have to take a different path.
Quincy, why can't you climb on walls, dude?
I am not made of stick like a spider.
Well, I'm not either.
It doesn't have that radioactive spider blood.
Yes, you are able to find a ladder, like a wooden ladder that you could use to get down.
Slide. And
fireman slide. Very nice.
Yeah, and then try and catch up to Tilda.
Okay. You do catch up to Tilda.
And we'll continue running after the little scorpion lady.
Okay. All right. As you begin running after the scorpion lady, you realize that these creatures are also creating some sort of body. These 20-foot tall legs is indicative of something much, much larger that with only several steps can cover the length of that 300 foot and will carry the spider queen, or the spider queen, good grief, the scorpion queen with them.
I think it's Buddy now.
I believe so.
I don't have anything I can do, so I'll just stay up here. It doesn't, nothing I can do.
I mean, you're able to find other bows and stuff as well if you want to take another shot at her.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
My character wouldn't know how to use a bow.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fair.
All right, good deal. Back to Helaena.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess she's gonna go down the ladder to catch up with Quincy and Tilda. Just because she doesn't think it's a good idea that they're out there, just the two of them, with the Scorpion Queen probably about to mount some sort of charge. Are you two out of your minds? Get back on the wall. That's going to be our best chance to hit her.
I think
Keep it running.
Tilda is convinced that she has to do something better this time and can literally do nothing at ranged attack. It has to be melee or anything nearby. Or there's one thing she can do range, but it's like disadvantage at 60 feet. So I'm like,
do you guys stop or do you keep going towards the Scorpion Queen?
Oh, we keep going towards the Scorpion.
Okay, then Helaena.
I would keep going. I thought the point was to get their attention and like take her out. So
okay, yeah, Helena's gonna keep pace with y'all because she's not gonna let you two just go in alone.
We're gonna try to take out one of the legs.
And she's
Okay.
400 feet from us, right? Oh, or is she coming
300.
closer?
Yeah, it's about 300.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll attack next turn.
Okay. All right.
Ian,
Yes,
I have a question about these scorpions that are moving towards her.
certainly.
Now, when you say they're forming legs, are they like melding together, or are they building like Lego brick kind of like you can
Lego
tell that
bricking.
they're still...
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, before I jump down to begin moving to follow everyone, I'm gonna grab a couple more of the peppermint fire bombs, and as I begin traversing down the thickest patches of scorpions I can find, I just kind of as I'm making my way, I'm just kind of gonna toss one of the fire bombs unlit into like the mound of scorpions that's moving towards her.
Okay.
Do they
All right, you can do that.
Do they recognize that there's like something in them, or is they just keep going because they're mindlessly moving?
They are mindlessly moving.
Okay. DM, how many I already had one, but like, how many were readily at hand at the top of the tower or near the crest of the tower?
I'd say that you could pick up easily 5.
5. All right. And so she's 300 feet away. Okay. How many patches of scorpions are there between me, the Scorpion Queen, the rest of the gang?
I'm gonna say that there are about 3 patches that are still on their way to create the left flank.
Okay. So as I'm moving down, I've used one. I'll put a second one in that first one. 1 in the second one. 2 in the second one. 4, and then 1 in the third one.
Okay.
As I close the distance between as they swarm, and as I get closer, guys, I have a horrible but perhaps ingenious idea. It may or may not work. As I come to the group, how good is everyone at fire? Buddy, I know you're not, but it's okay.
What are you talking about? Like producing flames?
Producing flames, throwing flames, anything to do with pyromancy.
No.
Have you met me? No magic, no sparkly anything.
Do you have a peppermint firebomb?
Yes?
Good enough. How far away are we from the Scorpion Queen now? Like collectively as a group, as we all...
As a group, I'm gonna close the distance a little bit and say that you guys are only about 200 foot away.
A couple pieces of this Empress. I've put a couple bombs in them. Hopefully, because they're mindless scorpions, they won't care about them. And when they assimilate into the whole, there'll be a vulnerability for us to exploit. Thinking on my feet, that's all I've got. Ideas?
It's not a bad one. We can try it. Couldn't we just take out these little packs of scorpions before they get to her?
We could, but I get the feeling she'd just conjure more. At least this way, when they're whole, there's a vulnerability to her.
It's a good plan. I also think we need to draw her closer to the wall. That way we have at least some support fire from the guards on the battlements.
Do you think I can't talk, but if you heard my voice in your head, do you think that she would close the distance if we started hurting her children?
I don't know.
If
voice
we-
in my head.
Voice in my
You just hear
spider-like...
If we stop here and start shooting at her, do you think she'll charge at us? She'll still be in range of the guards.
Anything is worth a shot.
Yeah, then do we come to a halt, group?
I have something that may draw her attention if she wants to self-preservate.
Can you do it at range, or do you have to be close?
Kind of range, yes. And at this point, how far away are we from the wall?
I said you guys had covered about 50 foot. So wait, no, I said you guys covered about 100 foot. So you'd be 100 foot away. Yeah, so you'd be about 100 foot away from the wall.
100 foot. So I will turn back to the wall, like just face the wall, and then I'm going to cast Silent Image and do kind of like a forced perspective to where it looks like something's on the wall. Even though we're like 100 feet away, I can do it like 60 foot in the air to where it would appear like that. And it'll be an image of a very large ballista that's being loaded by soldiers and is slowly getting ready to fire.
Okay.
So the thought is she'll see that and be like, yo, I gotta kill that before they blast me with it.
Yeah.
Roll for deception.
Yeah, the spell does go off, and as long as she can't like automatically see through illusions, she assumes that it's real, essentially, right?
Right. So maybe instead roll for intimidation.
Okay. Alrighty. That is going to be a 23.
Okay. I kid you not, I rolled a natural 1. So That's very intimidating, and your plan will go off flawlessly. They need to attack that first.
Yeah. Hopefully with the Empress herself.
Ideally.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned that, the Empress herself, you realize that the Scorpions are actually creating a stairway up for her to climb on top of the legs. And she positions herself at the head of where the Scorpions' tendril, little click-clicks would be. What are those called? Pincers. Yeah, pincers. I prefer click-clicks. She makes her way up to the click-clicks.
The mandibles?
Yeah.
Like where the mouth would be?
Yeah. She makes her way up there, and then this giant scorpion begins to move towards you guys and towards the wall.
Okay, well, we got her attention, finally.
All right.
Now, if only we actually had a giant ballista.
I've got a bow and a couple fire arrows. Does that count?
Sure, Abydan. Sure.
I was really hoping it did.
All right, so that was Quincy. So I believe next up is Tilda. I know we're not really going in an initiative order. This is just, shout out.
Are we gonna move into initiative order?
Yeah, we're going to in a second.
So she is making her way towards us, but she's
Yes.
like on top of the scorpions.
That's correct. Seeming to command them and will them with her hand to move forward.
I think I'm just gonna wait till she gets until we're like within at least 60 feet, if not closer. But even just the feet portion, I can't really do anything until there, even if I wasn't a spider.
Okay. All right, Buddy, are you prepping anything? Okay. All right, let's get everybody to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Nat 20, but that's
Ooh.
helpful. That's helpful for me. 23. She's not gonna be helpful if she's not close to me.
All right, Helaena, what'd you get?
Also nat 20, which makes 2, which is very exciting. Apparently my dice like me now. I'm rolling in a dice tray. Maybe that's making a difference. For a total of 27.
Now that you've
I've-
chosen champion, you will never roll a 19 again.
I know.
Sure.
I've wasted all my nat 20s now. I'm not going to hit her with anything good.
Come on, natural
Yeah,
19.
yeah.
baby.
Okay, Abydan.
Not natural, but it is a 20.
It's a fake
16
one.
plus 4.
Okay.
Does that make me special too, or?
Nope.
No.
It sucks.
No.
Curses foiled again.
Buddy.
Natural 20 for a 21.
Shut up! Oh my God! You know
We're
what? You
wasting
guys
them,
are getting
guys.
your nat 20s out early, which I appreciate. Holy crap!
Scorpion Queen suddenly rears back and says, "Yo, not in my house," and then just makes everyone reroll initiative through time shenanigans.
No,
I thought I did
Scorpion
good.
Queen's. The Scorpion Queen's gonna be like, these guys were too prepared. I'm getting out of this. Quincy.
I thought that I did well with the 17. It's only one low 20.
And somehow you were still last in initiative.
I know.
Quincy is just built different, but he's
I
the
am.
finale. Quincy,
Yes.
the finale Durand.
That's okay. That needs to become a thing. That's
I
really good.
I like that.
Quincy the end then.
The end.
Ooh, yeah. But so that's his wrestling name, and you know what I gotta say to that?
It's fake.
Not in my house.
Bone saw
is ready. I've got you for 3 minutes of playtime. Right,
We're
that's the
past
only
the
one
Spider-Man reference.
I'm sorry. I was trying to bring it back.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
All right,
No.
cool. Initiative order is as follows: Tara, Kate, Chaz, Noah, Jason.
Where's the spider? The Empress.
Well, we
I don't
don't
have
know.
to tell you that.
Yeah,
I don't
know,
gotta
was
tell
hoping
you nothing.
I was hoping he was
I
gonna
don't
slip
gotta
up
tell
again.
you nothing. Just kidding. It's
All right,
at
let's-
the end. Do-do-do.
We're all
Find
just going to waste this
I
round.
also got a natural 20. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, let's go.
All right, Tara, you're up first.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw that peppermint firebomb at one of the weaknesses, where those groups of scorpions joined in the hope that ignite a peppermint firebomb with a peppermint firebomb.
Beg pardon?
I would like to ignite because Abydan put peppermint firebombs or peppermint oil on the scorpions.
Are you lighting one?
I'm gonna light my peppermint Molotov cocktail and then I'm gonna try to throw it.
Chuck it. Okay.
Yeah, where he said that where we saw the scorpions come in, I would like to hit one of those. So called shot.
Okay. Good deal.
Called shot with a peppermint Molotov cocktail. No, not something I ever thought I would do in D&D.
Weird sentences in Dungeons and Dragons.
Learn to just expect anything.
Okay. And because it's okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that's not great. That's a 7 total. I told you I wasted the nat 20s.
Yep, that misses. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
However, your Molotov cocktail does go off, and it does create a trail of fire that the scorpion will either have to step over or move around in some instances.
Yeah, Helaena pulls it out of her dump bag at her side and lights the length of cloth going down into it, and just chucks it. And because there's oil on it, it kind of slips and goes sideways, so it puts that trail of oil out. And she goes, "Okay, be careful, it's slippery." And ooh, it smells very, very strong.
All right. Very good. Yeah, you guys are going to smell like a candy cane factory for months. All right. Good deal. Tilda.
How far away is she now as she's coming closer?
Closing the gap about 150 foot away.
Okay, I'm gonna close the gap a little bit more and go my 30 feet movement. And then if she happens to come into 60 foot range, I'm gonna hold my action
Okay.
to attack her
Okay. Good deal.
with a whip. It's the only thing I
Alrighty.
do at range. I don't know if I have to tell you what I'm preparing or if it's just I'm holding my action. Okay, well, cool. Then you didn't hear that.
Yeah. No, you still have
I thought
to.
You have to
You
give
have
a
to ready
trigger.
a spell.
No, you have to give a trigger, but
Gotcha. Cool.
the trigger was getting within range. I would like to use my attack action.
Cool. Great. Cool. You didn't hear anything else.
All right, Chaz.
How far away is the giant Megazord thing?
From you,
Oh, you're
what did I say?
We were 100 feet away from the from the wall.
I think Buddy's still on the wall, right?
I'm on the wall.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
on
Yeah.
the-
250.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't do anything, so I
Okay.
skip.
Okay. Noah.
She's coming this way. Are we facing her left or right flank? Which way is she coming from?
You're facing her left flank.
All right.
Her left, your right.
All right. Good enough. I'm gonna take out the fire arrow. One of the fire arrows I have from the bundle. I didn't really count, but I assume it's like a bundle of sticks. I'll take out one of the fire arrows from my quiver, string it, and light it. Try and aim for that spot in the left flank I know is there. That will hopefully, make a big flare up of the peppermint bomb on her, within her,
Okay.
because I would have been following at least one of them with my eyes as they megazorded up.
Yeah, definitely.
And how far away are we? 100 feet
150.
away? 150? Perfect. It's a straight roll. 18 on the dice.
18 will hit.
18 will hit. All right, so that is a D8, a D6, and then whatever you add to the thingy because of things.
Yep.
7. Okay. Need damage broken up, I assume?
Yes, I need to know specifically what's doing fire damage.
Specifically, so I mean, it was just a d6 from the same fire arrow. So we have 11 piercing damage, and then 5 fire damage.
Okay.
I'm specifically like, as I aim my shot, I'm looking for like, as the morning rays have begun to shine down slightly, just a glimmer, like in the 2 towers, if you will. There's like the little glints of sunlight that maybe catches in the glass of the bottle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I see that mark, I just release. And then there's just with a trail of fire heading that way. What happened, DM?
As you have thrown your Molotov cocktail of peppermint oil, you're able to see a spark of ignition happen where the frontmost left leg blows off. In a catastrophic thundering boom.
As the explosion happens, I'll kind of plant my bow in the ground and just kind of give a grin and just be like, how about a little fire, Scorpion? And then, she's 100 feet away.
150.
How fast? 150. How fast does she move?
I can't. I mean, you've barely seen her move now because you guys were readying actions and stuff, but she does move quickly.
Quickly, all right. I'll move up 30 feet diagonal, kind of closer to the wall. But kind of as she moves up, we'll eventually intersect. So I'll move up 30 feet towards the wall.
Okay.
The direction she would be heading.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, good deal. Jason.
So Quincy is overcoming a lot of fears right now, and after the fight with Versi, going a lot better than he thought he would. Has a little bit more confidence in this, but he will again sing the song from before, the split, 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 see me, want me, miss me, and has a little bit more of a skip in his step. But he'll cast Mirror Image, and the cracks form and shatters into 3 duplicates of himself, and then will follow Abydan with his sword to hopefully catch the Scorpion Queen whenever she comes. And that's me.
Okay. Are you dropping Major Image?
Nope. Mirror Image is not
concentration. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, cool deal. Yeah, 3 copies of yourself begin moving around, right? Aren't you?
Yeah, I mean they're within the same space as me. So
yeah. Okay. All right, good deal. All right. The Scorpion Queen is going to move a total of 120 foot closer to you guys. So that leaves 30 foot, which means Tilda's trigger goes off.
Okay.
Is in Abydan space as well. Quincy, did you say you moved up?
Yeah, with Abydan.
Okay, and Helaena?
Helaena did not move.
Okay, so still 30 foot from you.
So
I'm sorry. No, would be 60 foot from you, Helaena. Yes, Tilda, your action triggers.
Okay, just so I'm understanding, she is still on top, like kind of like walking like this on top of them.
That's right.
Okay, I am going to aim a web attack at her to see if I can restrain the girl itself. Because last time she stopped, well, you know what? Last time she stopped moving, they all stopped moving, but I don't know if that was just because she was talking to them or if it was they are connected sort of thing. So instead of actually hitting her, I'm going to go for one of the legs.
Okay.
And for flavor, if it hits, it's technically restrained and then they could break it as an action, but can she trip? Or can that leg kind of fall apart?
Interesting.
I'm hitting it with like a giant spider web.
Have you seen that old Star Wars movie?
A New Hope.
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, that's the wrong Spider-Man reference.
Sorry, still took it.
Yes.
Oh, a 19 on the die, so that is a 24 to hit.
A 24 will absolutely hit.
Okay, so it hits one of the legs. She's technically restrained, and as an action, she can make a DC 12 strength check to burst the web, or it can attack it. But for flavor, if we want it to like fall or the leg fall apart, I don't know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Fine, but yeah.
Son of a
I do
kraken.
that and do a little like, I wiggle my little spider butt because I'm like, yeah, I hit it.
I'm retiring that die. That was a second crit fail. That was a natural one. So you were able to dislodge that leg, and now it's only walking on the back four, which does reduce its movement speed pretty significantly. And it does sort of trip. In fact, I got a crit fail on that. I want to make this a little bit more fun. With it tripping, it brings her down lower. She was about 20 foot up in the air. Now she's only about 10 foot up. Coco?
Yeah, okay. And that's all I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna stay in the spider form to see how things go. So I yield my time.
Okay.
That was just your reaction. Based on
that was your
my
reaction.
It's not my turn anyway.
Yeah. Nobody else had reactions that were specifically going off, I don't think. Okay. She will attempt to summon the scorpions that were lower than her. She'll attempt to summon those back up to her, and that ain't gonna happen. So, bananas. We'll go ahead and make a sting attack directed at whoever is closest. I believe.
You're Abydan.
Yeah, that's one of the two of you. Probably, it doesn't really know which. However, there are 4 creatures that she can see within range. So I'm going to roll a d4. Abydan, you're designated as number 1. Quincy, you are designated as 2, 3, and 4. Which do you want to be your real one? I'm going to just roll a d4 and see which one she's attacking.
Wait, I'm designated as 2, 3, and 4.
Well, I'm sorry. You were designated as 2, and then your illusions are.
Oh no, they can't be targeted.
That's right. That's right. Okay,
it's a roll on my end.
Okay, all right.
So,
okay.
I mean, basically evens and odds.
Yeah. I rolled it. It was a 2.
Okay, great.
Well,
goodbye, Quincy.
All right.
Okay.
Hit us with your best my way as you go out.
Heyo. That is a 19 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that will hit. So I will roll for my duplicate then.
Okay.
To see if it targets that.
Okay.
It does not.
No way.
I just have to get a 6 or higher, and I got a 3.
No shot, dude. No.
All right. Let's roll for some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
If you deal 56 points of damage in one attack, then I am instantly dead.
It's not that much. It is 20 points of piercing damage.
And how much poison?
And 12 points of poison damage.
Bye, Quincy.
I am down.
Good news is she doesn't have a lot of hit points.
You don't know that.
I mean, she was unfazed by 14.
I'm putting it in
so we're
quotation marks, by the way.
Presumably led to believe.
So as soon as I come right next to Abydan, I'm feeling pretty confident.
No.
You specifically said you had a kick in your step.
Yeah. And so I just run over, I'm feeling good, and then I see this massive, I'm assuming like, I don't know, like basketball-sized stinger come at me.
The tail is about the size of a car.
Okay, great. And then
the stinger is the size
like
of a basketball.
Yeah, like the point of it is a yeah. I'm like, it'll hit one of my duplicates, surely. And it comes straight to my stomach. And I'm just sitting there impaled on this massive, massive thing, and I don't even get a single noise out. And as soon as I go down, the silent image of the ballista fades.
Yep.
And
But your duplicates do stay. They don't go away.
yeah, they do. So, yep. that is me.
With that, I will go ahead and make a multi-attack. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Oh, please.
No.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't have multi-attack. That was a joke.
Scorpion breath weapon. Blah. You're dead. She breathes scorpions at you. You
Oh
drown.
God, that's horrifying. With that is Scorpion Queen's turn. So back up to Tara.
Okay. Helaena is going to, because he's 30-ish feet away. He's 30 feet away from me.
That's right.
I'm gonna go ahead and stabilize him. So what I have to do is I have to make a DC 10 medicine check.
Yep.
To see if Quincy doesn't turn into puddle of Quincy goo.
Mm-hmm.
So we would like to keep our Quincy. Okay, that is an 18 plus 1, so that is a 19 to stabilize Quincy.
We take that.
That's it. That's my action. I don't have any bonus actions I can do.
That's right. Quincy, you're now stable. Still unconscious though, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was 0.
Yep. You can bonus action slap him to wake him up. It won't do anything, but you could.
I have to regain.
No, I know. I'm just saying she could. All right.
Wait,
feel like-
DM, I'll make a deal with you.
Yeah.
I will bonus action slap Quincy and I'll roll a die, and if I get a natural 20, he wakes up with 1 hit point.
Fine. Deal. Won't happen.
Gosh,
Wait, no, hold on, wait.
I got
If
impaled.
she rolls a
but-
19, she also succeeds because we need to validate
No,
her
that's
punch.
only on
No,
attacks.
that's
Oh.
only on attacks.
I would do it anyways.
Worth a shot.
No, it was a 10.
I was about to say, I got impaled with a pretty substantial, like a steel beam at a construction site or something. That's
Okay,
Horrible.
yeah, that's my turn.
Just sleep it off.
A short
Boy.
rest will regain it. It's fine. Your lungs will heal themselves. All right, cool. Next up is Tilda.
Okay, so I clearly see Quincy die again.
after I was so confident after I got my half
And-
plate.
I was confident that I did not have to enhance your abilities because I was like, no, he's better now. But no. So I just raged again. No longer even scared at this thing. I'm just mad. I bonus action wild shape back into Tilda and I'm assuming you were close to me, right?
About 30 feet away.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna run over to you as a spider because I'm like, I have 30 feet and 25 is Tilda. Bonus action out, and then I'm gonna cast a first level Cure Wounds. And you
Okay.
will get, come on, full 4 hit points back.
And what
I'm
spell is
at-
this?
Cure Wounds. I also smack him on the butt. I'm like, come on.
What?
Jeez.
I smack him, and he wakes up.
Fiend.
Eyes go wide at that.
That's enough to get you startled awake.
Yikes. But I am on the ground.
And then I'm just like, I think I just like, you're on the ground, and I grab your shirt, and I was like, don't you do that. Quit dying. Please.
Thought I was better.
You are better, and I smack you again.
Ah.
I yield my time.
Quincy's precious. I thought I was better. That just killed me. That was funny. Oh gosh. All right. After Tilda is Buddy Luckyhands.
How far away is the giant Quincy stabber?
What did I say? She moved 120 foot up.
Yeah, so
Y'all were 50 foot away. Oh, but no, she's right at like 100 foot. We'll just call it that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look at the palm of my hand and I go, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
There it is.
Because I said we're past Spider-Man, we're on Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
And then I yell to Tilda, I'm like, careful, he's a hero. And I shoot.
No other than my boy.
And I shoot an Eldritch Blast. I roll a... it's an 11 on the die, so 17.
17. If it meets, it beats.
Let's see. Hello, D10. That is a 5 plus 4 for a total of no damage. Sorry, I'm doing German
9.
Duolingo. 9.
Yeah.
Betsy just sobbing in
That
the
was
corner.
hilarious.
It was kind of funny.
Okay, awesome. Total 9 points of damage,
And I remain perched.
and you remain perched. Very good. Where are you specifically hitting? Are you like aiming at her, or are you aiming at one of the legs? I just need to know for my damage calculation.
One could argue that when you are making a roll and to attack, you are striking the part of most damage. So
One could argue that, huh? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. I'll allow that. Yeah. Noah, you're up.
All right. Is it? Yeah. All right. That's the play. Is it possible to like clamber up her legs?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to do so, and I don't know if I need to make a check to like surmount her and then get behind her where her human body is.
Yeah, that would be athletics to climb up.
Can I use acrobatics? That'd be great if I could.
No, not really.
15?
Yeah, you're able to climb up.
Okay. All right. Kind of rocking back and forth on this swaying monstrosity. I'm gonna go up to her, rapier in hand, just kind of. How big is like the space that we're on? Like her back and her. Describe it for me, if you would.
Sure. Yeah, her tail with the stinger on it is about the size of a car. The body is about the length of a short bus, so approximately 30 foot.
30 foot. All right. And where? How big is she? Like what
The size of an 8-year-old girl. I don't know what.
Like, is she like entombed, like connected to this thing, or is she just on top of it?
Oh, she is like from waist down covered in scorpions.
All right.
Is she still like spiritual or like? Is this a
No, very
body?
physical.
Okay.
All right. So she was right next to me. Clamber up. Am I close enough to get to her? Like, do I have enough movement speed to get to her? Because I assume if it's a 20-foot leg,
Yeah,
do I have enough to get to her? Because if not, I have things I can do.
probably not.
All right. And that
Wasn't it dropped down to 10, or was that?
It sort of crouched down to 10. So yes, it is only about 10 foot up.
10 foot up. So that's 20 feet, but she's 30 feet long.
Yeah, but you're going in at the middle because you guys only took off the front 2 legs. So about half that body length is legged. So you're about 10 foot away once you make it up to the top.
And no more movement speed then, right?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, may the gods guide my blade. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to teleport up behind her and then just run my rapier through her, or attempt to.
Okay. All right, roll to hit.
19.
19. All right, you take 19. So that's enough to hit.
That's enough to hit. All right, I'm going to smite on this.
Okay.
So I need to expend a first level spell slot. Boop. Need another d8. Okay, so damage breakdown. I assume you need damage breakdown.
That is correct, yes, sir.
Okay, so damage breakdown is 11 piercing, again for some reason, and then 14 radiant.
Okay, that's great.
And this is Abydan is just like behind her with the rapier kind of thrusting up, almost I would say like in an odd way he's two-handing it with pushing up the back of the pommel, just spearing her, just kind of coming out this way. And he's in that full smoky skeletal looking form, and he's just his teeth are just bared, and he looks horrifying, like an undead banshee, basically. And he's just spearing her through, and he's, don't ever hurt one of my siblings again.
All right.
Does she bleed? What happens?
There's the answer. Or there's the question. Here's the answer. As you shout out, never hurt my siblings again, her body swivels around with your rapier still inside of it because you attacked pretty much at her back. And it's just enough to where the scorpions are able to make their way, and they sort of use their legs and their pincers to close the wound, making this sort of a makeshift stitches. And her body just simply swivels around as though the scorpions will her to turn to face you. As she does so, you can see bloodshot eyes. These bloodshot eyes, the pupils look to be filled with scorpions. She doesn't say anything. Your radiance descends down from the heavens, and with bloodshot eyes and with a scorpion pupil, she opens her mouth and sticks out her tongue at you, where thousands of minuscule scorpions crawl around her tongue, giving the impression that her tongue is black.
So basically, she's 10 billion scorpions in a trench coat.
1 million ant spam.
She's gross.
Yeah.
But that's everything I can possibly do in one turn.
All right, Jason, you're up.
I am just coming to consciousness again, and I'm being slapped by Tilda. I will make sure that everyone is out of the way. I'm assuming that the scorpion leg is like right next to me.
That is correct.
Before even getting up, I just take out the pan flute, toot a very shrill note, and cast Thunder Wave, targeting a section where no one would be inside the 15-foot cube, except for the scorpion leg.
Okay.
So they need the scorpions, I guess, need to make a con save.
Okay. All right. Con save. I'm not very good at those.
Here's to hoping.
16.
Yeah, that passes.
Okay.
Figured. But they will take 11 thunder damage. As they are just buffeted by the explosion of thunderous energy from the pan flute. Unfortunately, they are not pushed out of the way or anything. But with that, I will then shakily stand up and just kind of hold my wound that's like barely closed. That spell should be working better than it has, but I'm out of options right now. Abydan, how are things going on up there? Perhaps I shall join you. I will shakily put my hand on the scorpions and wince, but start climbing up there.
It's not great up here.
Yeah, I'll just try and get on the same plane as Abydan, since I still have like 15 foot of movement.
Is her tongue like trying to bite me right now, currently?
It's not like made of pincers. They're just all like you stick out your tongue at someone whenever you're a kid. You go, meh, you know. But hers are just wrapped with tiny, ant-sized scorpions.
You make it up to the top?
Do I?
Does he make it up?
Yeah, you make it up to the top, but you can't use any more of your movement speed. You were prone anyways.
Yeah.
You see, like, Abydan, like, there's a weird-ass tongue made of scorpions just flailing in Abydan's face. He's like, oh, Oh. He's like,
yeah.
sword in hand, but he's like leaning back almost to the point where he's like almost to one knee, but he's just kind of avoiding the
the scorpion body.
Yeah, the grossness.
Yeah.
And I'll just weakly say, "You're doing great," and hold up a shaky hand with a thumbs up.
You're doing great, boss. You're doing great.
And I'll bardic inspiration you
Ooh, thank you.
on bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be me.
Okay. Very good. All right. It's her turn now.
Great. Lovely.
She will face forward again towards the wall and commands the scorpions to run, and they do so. So another 120 foot is going to go off where... Actually, no, it should be less than that. It should be like 90 foot. Yeah. 90 foot forward to where she's 10 foot away from the wall, and the body sort of is resting just on top where it could be, where she could almost walk onto the wall itself.
Am I like pulled forward by my rapier? Because I'm holding on to it. So I'm like...
No, you and Quincy are riding it.
Yeah.
Oh, when you said the body, I thought you meant like her... Never mind. Her scorpion body, not her like main body.
Correct.
Okay, understand now.
Yes, and that does provoke opportunity attacks from both Helaena and Tilda, as well as you could potentially jump on top or climb on one of the legs.
Yeah, I would much rather do an opportunity action and try to like climb on, because otherwise it's going to take me 2 turns to get back to her.
Sure.
Okay. Do I need to roll for that?
No, if it triggered an opportunity attack, I'm going to go ahead and say that you skip this. You're able to climb onto one of the legs.
Sweet. Helena's along for the ride. Yay. Worst roller coaster ever.
I will probably also grab the legs because I want to do something that I need to be in range for, and if she goes 90 feet, I won't be able to get in range. So just kind of grab onto it as she goes.
Okay. All right. As she approaches the wall, she's going to make a claw attack against the wall itself to just break through. Actually, okay, that is fucked. That is not going to be able to get through the wall. Okay. That is her action. She grabs a portion of the wall. It's not enough for her to be able to just ride the scorpion all the way in.
How are things with the guards in the wall right now?
Presumably, they were not given orders to not rain fire on this thing, so she is taking passive damage from them.
Okay. Yeah, so just arrows flying, hopefully missing the Abydan as well.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are close enough now to where they're able to like call their shot effectively, and make sure to not hit units. All right, Helaena, you're on the back middle leg, or the middle left leg. Tilda, you would also be on the middle left leg. But Helaena, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my movement to get the rest of the way up the leg and to her body, her child body.
Sure.
Person
That's
body.
where Abydan is standing.
Yeah. And I would like to attack her with my short sword.
Okay. All right, roll the hit.
That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20
5.
will absolutely hit.
Okay. Roll damage. That is going to be a 4 plus 3, so that's going to be 7 points of damage total. Just Helaena takes her sword that she's kind of been holding the whole time, and just slashes her across her body.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't have any relevant bonus actions, so that is going to be my turn.
Okay. She's not doing good.
Yeah.
Yep, just an FYI. Okay. Tilda.
Okay, so I am going to jump off the leg and kind of run somewhere that I can visualize the girl from the ground. And I'm going to cast Thorn Whip.
Okay.
It's going to cause damage, but if I succeed and we can do an additional roll, I would like
to pull her down. Yeah.
To pull her down, yes. Because I can pull her up to 10 feet, so my goal would be to yank her away from the things that are holding her. So you better do good, dice. It doesn't hit, so that's fun for me.
How do you know?
It's a 12. It doesn't meet or beat.
No, it doesn't.
So that's going to be fun. I just royally miss, but as a bonus action, I am...
because y'all are royalty. You royalties. Sorry.
Ooh,
bad,
please
bad.
add in some sort of like...
Wah, wah.
Yeah. As a bonus action, I have a fun little new spell. Which might be helpful. It wasn't helpful when I was far away, but as a bonus action, I can cast Flame Blade.
Ooh.
Now that I don't have an enhance ability on. And basically, it's just a fiery blade in my hand, and it's like a scimitar, so I can hit her.
Okay.
With fire.
With fire.
So I try to whip her, and then I'm like, okay, cool, and I pull out a flame blade instead.
I like it.
That strat didn't work, but watch this shit.
It would have been really cool if it worked. I had been thinking about that this whole past round, and I'm sad about it. But I could always try again. Anyway, I yield my time.
Okay. Chaz.
So the girl is a separate entity. Is the giant thing one thing considered?
I'm considering it one thing then.
Okay. Then I go, hey, it's pizza time. And I'm going to use my Fey Presence, make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 14. And I'm running up to where it is like directly in front of it for the wall. So I'm like within, it's a 10-foot cube originating from me. And since it's against the wall.
Well, I rolled better than my last 2 times. I got a 2.
So it is frightened of me.
It cannot come closer.
It cannot come closer.
Really?
Until the end of my next turn.
Yeah, so. It cannot willingly come closer to you until the end of your next turn. Yep.
Yep. And I am going to use my movement to kind of like get in a position where the only way like climb down the wall. So I'm like, because presumably if it was like trying to get the walls like there, so like put myself directly between it and the wall.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. All right. After.
I didn't say I yield my time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I yield my time.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're not gonna bonus action hold your rat?
No, Nantucket's safe. Nantucket's in the sewer. He's in charge there.
Bonus action. Think about how safe Nantucket is.
We come back to Nantucket, the Rat King.
What's hard to understand? We left Nantucket in charge of the people in the sewers. My baby boy is not out here.
I'd rather be seeing that right now. That seems like a good subplot.
Can we cut real fast to
Nantucket? Cut real fast. Cut to, there's a
in
guard
Nantucket
wearing a really large helmet with Nantucket underneath, rat-tattooing him, going, all right, well, now we're going to go this way, okay? Now tell these people.
I feel like Nantucket
Everyone is bowing.
Everyone is bowing to Nantucket. They have made him the new mayor.
The second coming of Lord Shiver.
He has already abused his power.
Listen,
Broken every one of the 10 commandments.
It's Lisan al-Gaib is what they keep calling me.
Madi.
My mom's going crazy and saying there's a baby talking to her.
The water's a life, like the water's a ant.
All right, we're past Dune. We're on Spider-Man 3 now.
How'd that get in there?
All right, cool. Chaz, after you've surrendered your time, it is Noah.
I'm just gonna dance around her to move to her back again without leaving her range. Mostly so I don't get stabbed by the scorpion tail.
Yep.
You would have to stab her first if I'm on the front side of the scorpion, hopefully. Just gonna smack her again.
Okay, roll the hit.
Smack as in stab.
Yeah, as in pierce. And I'll be like, hey, eyes on me, ugly.
Oh wow, you came up with a different insult.
I know, right? 22.
22 will absolutely hit.
Smite! The smitiest smite that has ever.
Mite.
Oh, baby, we love to see it. Okay, so that's 10 piercing damage and 15 radiant damage.
Okay. All right. Where are you stabbing her this time?
You know what? Just through her eye. Makes the most sense. So just come around, just.
As you do so with your rapier, you're able to pull out your rapier on the return end, and you're able to see what normally would be blood for most humanoids is actually just scorpion eggs that begin dripping down from her eye.
Ugh.
Just tiny little black specks that you're able to identify as scorpion eggs.
Wow, they gotta be scorpion.
That's her whole shtick, Jason. Speaking of Jason, it's your turn, I think.
I have a question before I yield.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I have one of the peppermint things left. Can I just make eye contact with the Scorpion Queen and just dump the peppermint onto my sword and her eggs?
Yes, you absolutely.
I will do that and just pour it and just be like, let's go. Just I won't say anything at that point because I've said everything I need to say with my actions, but just lock eyes with her weird scorpion eyes and just, I'm ready. That's it. Yield my time.
All right, very good. Quincy Durand.
All right. As long as I do something right, maybe I will die. As he's talking to himself. So I want to run up kind of next to, I believe Helaena is on the back end.
Yeah, the middle
side of her.
The middle third, yeah.
Yeah, and then Abydan would be on the first side third. Closest to the wall, right? Yeah. Well, I want to get on the side of Helaena, but then to where Abydan's still a little bit off, to where basically on the other side of her is the wall. And so I will enter into the Wrath Guard as I had tried before. All right, make it count. And I will swing at her, both hands with the longsword. I wish I had advantage because that was a sucky 12.
Yep, no, that doesn't.
All right. Well, I do nothing then.
I mean, 12 on the dice, right? So it's an 18, right?
Nope.
The dice giveth, and they taketh away.
They mainly just take it from me, honestly.
Yeah, sorry.
And I'll cast a first level healing word on myself for 8 points back to me.
Okay.
And I pass.
All right. In a blind rage, the Scorpion Queen, having been stabbed in the face, now crying out for children's eggs, she turns back to face, because she can't move forward. She's frightened. Can't move forward towards where Buddy is. Turns her body again, just sort of swivels at her waist to face Tilda, Helaena, and Quincy. And we're going to do the same thing as what we did a minute ago with the Stinger. Helaena, you are number 1. Tilda, you are number 2. Quincy, you are number 3. I reroll 4s. Yes. That's 1. Who does that hit?
Yeah. About time. Yeah.
All right.
I don't think I've taken damage yet this campaign, so it was my turn. If not,
get ready.
Just by the roll of the dice, but also in spirit.
Okay. That is a unnatural 20 to hit.
If it meets, it beats.
It's true.
Yeah, she's got a
giveth
AC
and
of 20.
taketh away. You're going to take 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And you're going to take 16 points of poison damage.
Didn't I take 20?
Yes, you did. Be grateful it wasn't more.
Okay, Helaena in the center is probably the most obvious target, just goes splaying kind of backwards as the stinger just hits her right in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
And she like doubles over, clutching at her chest, where this car-sized stinger has slammed into her.
That's right. That's right. All three of you need to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Tilda, Helaena, and Quincy.
Oh, actually, Abydan does as well.
Do you have my bardic inspo?
I do.
16.
15.
I was caught.
That's a 10.
22. 18 plus 4.
Helaena, you are the only one who falls off, but you do fall off.
Yeah, that makes sense. How high up in the air is she?
You're 10 foot up in the air.
Okay, so that'll be fall damage. Great.
Yep. So you take 1d6 worth of fall damage. Give me 1 second. I gotta roll it. Ooh, you take 6 points of fall damage.
He sounds excited about that. Yeah.
No, I
after
said, ooh,
stumbling
like
back,
that's bad.
after stumbling back from the stinger, in this maneuver, her everything is off. She just like falls off. That makes sense. It's terrible, but it makes sense.
It's terrible and realistic.
And Tara did it.
Terrible.
Boo.
What?
All right. All right. Awesome. That is the Empress's turn, which means Helaena, you're prone. But it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah. She stands up, and getting up from prone is half your movement speed, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's what I remembered. Yeah, she gets up from prone, and like as she throws herself up, she's gonna go in for a slash with her short sword. And roll to hit.
Against one of the legs.
Yes. No,
Starts
that's
spinning.
a critical fail. So she like goes in to hit the leg and is still so wildly off balance and probably a little stunned from just falling off of a scorpion that she completely misjudges where it is. But I'm gonna action surge, and she's gonna go in for a backhand strike.
Yeah.
With a 18 total.
18 will hit.
Yeah, and she just like slams forwards, slices her sword across this appendage. For 7 points of damage.
Okay. That's another 7.
And she sort of calls up to her squad on the top of the scorpion. She goes, if anyone has a moment, I think I'm bleeding. And that will be my turn.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, you take that fall pretty well, but then you are able to wildly swing your sword, and you're able to chop off a portion of the leg. And now that she's stationary, you can see something interesting happen. Whenever damage is dealt to the scorpion itself, it releases that lilac purple gas, almost as though, and then the scorpions don't move.
Does the gas smell like anything?
Sulfur.
Okay.
It's not pleasant.
Well, good to know.
I wouldn't recommend eating these things afterwards.
If there is an afterwards.
I definitely didn't plan to do. Yeah, well,
Yeah, there may be an afterwards. We'll see. With that, Tilda, you're up.
I am going to hit her with my flame blade.
Yep.
Just like a scimitar, which I also have another. Before I do this, I have a game mechanic question because I've never used it before. And as a bonus action, it has 2-weapon fighting. If you're using a light melee weapon, you can use another light melee weapon. So this flame blade is, the spell says it's the same shape and size as a scimitar, and a scimitar is a light melee weapon, and I have one in my hand. So as a bonus action, can I use both of them?
The flame blade is like a melee spell attack. It's a spell thing. It's not a weapon.
It says it's the same size and shape as a scimitar. Fine. 18 on the die, so 23 to hit.
Yeah,
so
23 will absolutely hit.
We're gonna do 3d6 of fire damage. That is 12 fire damage.
Dang. With 12 fire damage.
Exciting. I just kind of yell at her. I'm just.
Will you do me a favor and call your shot?
Oh, like explain it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had jumped off already, or like I was near her foot, so I just kind of go and chop at her foot after seeing Helaena get attacked. So it's yet again another just rage-filled. Suddenly, this tiny little creature can swing a blade really fast and hard into her leg.
Beautiful. That's enough to slice that thing open as well. And again, the scorpions just sort of fall off and die whenever they're severed away from the source. Buddy. Oh, Tilda, do you surrender your time?
Wait, so the Empress is
No, still alive.
still alive. Okay.
I was just asking Tilda to call her shot.
Yeah, that's fair. That's Fairfoot.
Yep. So, Buddy.
Because the Bay presence is going to end this turn, I will be climbing back up to the wall and to the top of the wall and trying to move away from the line of fire. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast the little girl.
Okay.
I'm going to say, Santa's not real. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast her. That is a 15 on the die plus 6.
A 21 will hit.
That is a 4 plus 4, 8 points of force damage.
If Santa's not real, who gave Peter, Edmund, Susan, and Lucy their gifts?
Their
beat the
parent.
White Witch?
Well, nobody, because they're orphans. They were imagining it.
They were
C.S. Lewis
orphans?
wasn't a real person. I was going to say they weren't real people, but for some reason I said C.S. Lewis wasn't a real person.
I don't think he was. Have you ever met C.S. Lewis? I think
If you've never met C.S.
Have you
Lewis,
ever
he
seen-
doesn't exist.
Have you ever seen C.S. Lewis in a room before?
I've never. The C.S. stands for can't see him.
Can't see Lewis.
Can't
So he's
see
not
Lewis.
real.
See Lewis.
Not real.
With that, Buddy, you've called your shot. Now you get to describe how you want to do this.
Oh,
Okay. I might
okay.
break. All right. Great. All right. Who's right next to her?
Me.
Everyone, except for Helaena, right?
And Tilda.
Okay.
Tilda's on the ground now.
We're gonna make it cinematic. So, it's the stinger that's been almost killing everybody, right?
That's right.
It's going to come down. It's about to come down on Abydan, as we're gonna say. It's about to coming down to striking towards Abydan, and I see this, and I realize, well, I can't destroy the stinger, but I can destroy the girl. And I do an Eldritch Blast, and it, like, much like the dramatic elements of you're seeing it, like, this is like happening in 6 seconds, but this is a 3-episode arc, a la Piccolo charging up his special beam cannon. And I'm going to, in Abydan, you're going to step in the way. And this is a part of me. This is my moment, Abydan. You're getting hit too. And it's going to blast through his shoulder because he moves in the way. And then it's going, like, the blood and viscera from Abydan getting hit, is going to, like, spray her face. And then, like, slow motion, this purple pink ball just hits her in the face, and then her teeth break off into little scorpions, and they spell out in front of the camera in slow motion fatality, and her head explodes. And Abydan, you also take
Well, you already said what?
5 points of damage. I
I'll
rolled
take the
separately.
Okay.
I rolled separately.
I'll allow it. That's perfect. I loved
Wow.
every second of that. The last thing that you all see of the Scorpion Queen's living head is that whenever the impact blows her head clean off with the Eldritch Blast, you can see that her brains turn to a blackened mush of tiny scorpions that just crawl out from her head.
Can I step on them?
Yeah.
Do I need to make an attack roll or anything?
Nope, you can just step on him.
All right. As the blood drips down from my shoulder, I just you hear the squelching as the leather boots just crack the chitin and just their little scorpion guts spill everywhere. Good shot.
Through your shoulder.
I can heal. Wait. What's animating this thing now?
Nothing. It begins to fall apart.
Everyone run!
Run to try and jump over to the wall.
Exact same.
Those of you who are on the back, go ahead and make an acrobatics check to jump off and cling to the wall.
I'm gonna go take my hand, and I'm gonna reach out my hand with 3 fingers.
Acrobatics, you said?
That is correct.
14.
26. I'm gonna reach out with my wounded shoulder though, just to add to the dramatic moment.
Noah, you were able to grab on to Buddy, and Quincy, you're able to grab on just barely to the wall.
All right.
Helaena and Tilda, as you guys are already on the ground, you're able to watch that this scorpion creature has fallen, and as it physically falls, you're able to watch the scorpions begin retreating themselves back into the woods, but with no commander. These are just ordinary scorpions.
Well, that wasn't fun.
No, it wasn't.
Quincy, here, give me your hand.
No, not you, Abydan. You're weak as...
I've been stabbing a scorpion queen in the face for the last...
Why do we
30
keep calling her the Scorpion Queen? I thought she was an empress.
Yeah,
it's a different form of monarchy.
Sorry, Empress, that's on me.
To be fair, she's been dethroned now.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
Sick one-liner, bro.
I'm probably in shock right now. I have a hole in my shoulder. Quincy, grab my right good arm.
I just hoist myself because I
of
was just
his
playing.
right arm.
I'm well strong enough. I'm well strong enough to get myself up.
I specifically grab Abydan's wounded shoulder and yank on it real hard.
Just rip the arm off.
Where's Helaena? It's so dark. I can't see her.
Helaena begins to trudge back to the front gates because they are on the... Tilda, you're on the ground outside too, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, but there was a ladder.
Now,
I don't think she's going to make it up a ladder with 8 hit points. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'll cast a cure wounds on you because I can see that you're bleeding, and I'm like, oh gosh, Helaena, not you too. I thought you were better than this. Quincy, I understand, but hold on. You get, let's see if this is going to be 11 hit points back.
Hallelujah, thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah,
apparently
she
the dice like you better.
Rubs at the spot of her chest and is like, okay, let's go up the ladder and then let's go take a nap.
As the scorpions fall, do they completely dissipate into the scorpions themselves? Like, is there any part of the big scorpion left?
No, there is not.
Okay. Dang. I wanted a trophy. As proof to Alice later.
Killer behavior.
No. As proof to Alice later.
I take a child's severed head and put it...
I said there was nothing left of the scorpion.
I'm not taking a child. There's so many things.
Hey, you could take the eye that had the scorpions in it.
Nah.
I mean,
that's gross.
I mean, is it still moving? What's happening with it?
No. It's just an eye.
It's just an eye.
As you all recoup yourselves, get yourselves up onto the top of the wall, give yourselves a round of applause. You all were able to kill the Empress. Woo, way to go.
I'm going to climb up to the top of the wall and I'm going to look to the guards who have been shooting arrows. And I'm going to say, do you see the power that is being possessed by this? And you should follow this man here who would die for you. And I point to a very bloody Quincy.
Yes, I took a very large puncture.
Well, don't talk about your personal life in front of these men, Quincy. He is the one who led us, and he's the one who can lead you.
I
Bring the captain of your guard forth to discuss our
Helena's
hero.
eyebrows are creeping farther and farther and farther up her forehead.
Tell them that this man makes miracles happen.
She starts going to soldiers who look like they are wounded or in shock, or who look like they just lost a comrade in arms, and she goes and she is checking on people and looking to see if she can help the wounded, move people to the medics. She just, eyebrows go up, turns around and starts walking down the battlements to check on all these soldiers that she's been presumably training with, since they started getting ready for this battle.
I would, after the messengers or whatever are sent, if there's nothing immediate, then I will absolutely join Helaena in that.
I mean, that
All right.
Abydan wouldn't wait particularly because I think he and Helaena need to have words sooner rather than later, if that's all right. Did everything freeze?
No, that's fine with me.
Okay.
I froze because my sound cut out for a second for some weird reason.
And on
Quincy.
my end, it looked like everyone except Kate froze.
Yes, buddy?
Quincy, look good. Help the people, kiss some babies. This is how we do it. I'm gonna rub his shoulders. All right, this is how we get them. This is how we get the grassroots.
That's right.
we're doing
That's
here.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
As
was going to help
campaign
them anyway.
manager. As
I
campaign
feel like
manager.
we noticed this random guy that is definitely being controlled by Nantucket, and all the people are they only want him, and you're trying really hard to get Quincy to be the man of the people, but Nantucket has already won.
This creature, this person is being aided by an extraworldly intelligence.
Extraworldly.
And I whistle.
Cordu, is that you?
And he is no longer, and the guard is no longer being Nantucket-tuied.
Nantucket.
The spell has been broken.
All hail.
All right. You guys go about your business checking on other guards. You guys go about checking on each other. And you need to rest for a little bit. Morning breaks. It is officially full morning now. It's about 7 a.m. The people have been through a lot. The guards have been through a lot. They need a respite as well. There are talks about who be new leadership for all of Everil, the entire kingdom. And yeah, Quincy's name is getting thrown around there.
Quincy of the Rebellion.
The finale.
We need to do something like, Quincy the brave, Quincy the slayer, something that's going to inspire the people, something they can get behind. Quincy the just, maybe.
The just has a nice ring to it. Quincy the
Vulnerable, almost dies every time.
Yeah, but
Quincy
Gets hurt.
Yeah, but right.
Quincy the paper cut.
Thin-skinned.
No, wait. We
I'm
might be able to work
write
with
in
this.
Nantucket's name, I think.
well, no, Quincy the
stalwart.
Quincy, the shield of the people.
because I am the human shield.
You're the human shield.
That could work. That could work.
It's not lying to them.
It's not.
It's not.
It's a little joke for us. Where's
I like
Helaena?
that
I
one.
can't see her. It's so dark now.
Yeah.
Quincy
DM,
the
can I
shield of the
talk to you?
people. I like that.
Quincy the shield of the people. Wow. No.
While they discuss Quincy's impending trademark and copyright, can I go find Helaena ministering to the soldiers and all that?
Sure.
Helaena.
You find Helaena sitting in what is effectively their mortuary, where the bodies of the dead that are left have been moved. And she's comforting soldiers. She is helping close eyes and pull sheets over. She's getting names and checking off on a list and working with whoever that their quartermaster would have been so that they can alert families and stuff.
Helaena, a moment, if you will.
She kind of looks back and forth, but ultimately, follows you out of the room.
Hold still. He's just gonna touch his hand to your. Where would Helaena be the most wounded?
She probably got hit right in the center of her breastplate because she was center on the scorpion and the tail just came in.
Abydan will extend his hand, his 2 forefingers and thumb out, and just touch to the center of the breastplate, and then you'll just feel like a warm, kind of comfortable a numbness at first, and then warmth fled through your chest. I will give you 6 points of lay on hands.
Okay, sweet, thank you. Yeah, because I mean, with that, you got to hit Helaena really hard to actually hit her. So I mean, they're in the only exposed place is her face. So I probably went just smack through her breastplate.
Yeah, retracts his hand. You hadn't given yourself a chance to mend either.
The soldiers need someone to look after them right now. Not that their own leadership is incompetent, but we fought on the battlefield to see someone who fought. Now standing by your side, tending to your wounded and your dead, it goes a long way.
I know.
I'm no fool. I know that our names will become legends, whether I want it or not. And to be involved with them, to talk to them like people, this was a lot for them. The most they've dealt with is brigands and thieves and maybe some intercity conflict, but this otherworldly presence that's come to haunt Everil, that took over Redoran, they are deeply scarred and deeply disturbed. I'm just doing what I can. My injuries are secondary to that. They always have been.
I understand the way you feel. Somewhat. And if you are to minister and mind the soldiers, then you need someone to mind to you as well.
I appreciate that. Is there something you need, Abydan?
We've had a few disagreements over the last few days.
Yes.
They've caused some conflict within myself.
If you're looking for me to resolve your inner conflict with some sort of appeasing words or apologies, I'm afraid... Then what are you looking for?
He kind of bows his head at you and with it's a very simple bow. It oftentimes promotes growth to be presented with new ideas that don't always mesh. Thank you. Now, he begins to take off his leather gauntlets. The dead are seen to, but there are many wounded besides. Let me help you this day. I know a few things about healing.
I would be grateful for the help. I'm no healer. I know some basic battlefield medicine. And I wasn't trained as a medic either. I was trained to wield a sword, and I learned how to be there for my soldiers. Your help would be greatly appreciated.
He kind of cocks his head to the side, and it's a very mischievous grin that hits his face. You can basically sense this is what it would be like, a brotherly kind of gesture. Well, it just so happens that one of the first things you're taught as a paladin is the living come first. The dead can be cared for in any time. Let's go.
And she actually turns back to the door and she says, I'll stay here. I don't have any skill to help those that are wounded as badly as they are today, but I do have the skills to offer comfort and courage to those who come to grieve. Go. And she gives him directions to where he can find the healers. I'm sure they will be very grateful for your presence.
I hope so. And Helaena.
Yes.
I'm glad you're all right.
Thank you.
He walks out the door towards the sounds of the wounded and the suffering.
Okay.
He doesn't look back because he trusts what she's going to do.
All right.
I'm assuming while all that is taking place, like Quincy, Buddy, Tilda, we're working on a campaign strategy, but also actively going through the town, trying to help or talk to those who are affected by what has just happened. And at a moment of respite between conversations that he's having with the people that are they're helping out. He just kind of stops for a second and asks the two of them, I know it's kind of become a running joke about how fragile I am as a person, physically.
No.
But I do wonder, what do you think it's like when you die?
Well, I think that there's a big. I don't know. I don't care. Why would I give any two craps? It don't matter.
It doesn't?
No! You didn't exist for millions of years before you ever did. You're gonna return to dust. You're gonna be, the lion eat the antelope, and then when the lion dies, they turn into the grass, and the antelopes eat the grass. It's the circle of life. That's what my father Mufasa told me. He wasn't my dad. Let me first of all, he was a tabaxi missing both his ears, who sat on the front porch of a local whorehouse, and he was missing all of his teeth, and he would say, "And that's what happens when you die." Yes, he was more of a father figure than whatever his face ever is. Who cares?
Everil, yes. So you don't think about it at all?
Why? I'm not the one who comes close to death.
That's true. That's true.
I think if there is an afterlife, I will have all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Oh, sorry, all 11 toes. I was born a little bit different.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know, my mother from the troop that she was, brought up in, group of traveling bards and whatnot, they always talked about the halls and the kalemas, the gods of art, music, dance, all of those. Their halls were filled with the most beautiful music, scenery, and anything that you could think of. The true expression of mortal artistic liberty, really.
Don't you? Wouldn't eternity get a little boring, though, especially for like...
Well, I don't know about eternity. That's just what they were saying about, art and whatnot, if you appreciate that. Either way...
Seems like one of the better places to go.
I agree. However, I don't want to go there right now. I definitely feel like I have way more there is to be done here, and I don't know how to keep myself from going unconscious from being impaled by a giant scorpion. I did do all that I could.
We gotta get you some better armor.
This is the best that I could find.
Yeah, we gotta find you some better armor.
I agree. As far as whether or not it's the circle of life, taking a life is much different, wouldn't you say?
Depends. Is it the life of a monster, or is it the life of a person?
Well, the person. Most monsters are classified as nothing more than kind of an animal. No offense, Tilda, but they're not on the same level as people.
Well, I don't know. If you would have asked me a few weeks ago what I felt about taking lives, I think I would be able to say, oh yeah, I could do that. It was easy. But I don't like the thought of it now. And even though I've been forced to do it, I hope this isn't something that continues for the rest of my life. If this is just a, hey, let's work, let's get this crap done because this is the worst it'll ever be, sure. I think I've suffered through enough short-term uncomfortable situations where I might be able to push through, but if if this is the new normal, I don't think I can really adapt.
No, I believe very strongly that I do not have I don't know if it's the right, the authority, or what have you, to willingly take another person's life. But
That's why kings have executioners. Tilda, get this man an executioner.
I'm sure.
Where's Nantucket? He can help
Roll.
me.
Nantucket. Get him a little black hood and a little axe. He'll be the cutest little merchant of death you've ever seen.
Quincy just kind of swallows very hard and just kind of laughs along. Yeah, that would be very funny, if nothing else.
I mean, if you get to laugh before the last thing you see is something that makes you laugh, that's best way to go. Which is why I hope I die in front of a mirror.
Tilda, what are your thoughts on all of this, aside from making Nantucket the executioner?
I just became a spider today. So if there is an afterlife, I don't understand the current life. I don't think I'm going to try to understand the afterlife. I'm also tired.
Do you think you're going to go to spider heaven?
If I do, I want to die again.
You can't,
that would be like
you're
human hell.
No, there's a spider heaven, just like there's a spider hell. The good spiders go to spider heaven. Tilda's one of the good spiders.
You know what? What happens if I die as a spider? We don't know.
What you go?
We don't know. And I don't want to find out.
I have no idea. This is all very new. I'm just trying to grasp,
You just need to survive.
human death. Yes.
Don't think about it too much. It's gonna be a Debbie Downer for you.
Every day of this trip is a Debbie Downer, to be honest. I have not been able to hit a single thing with my trusty blade since we've been traveling, except for that frog, but I don't think that really counts, because it was kind of caught off guard.
Maybe it's not so trusty of a blade then.
Yeah.
I should probably switch it out for something.
We should find you a new armor, a new sword. While we're at it, we could, shave that little goatee thing you got going on there.
Whoa! Now you're stepping on my territory here.
I mean, we could really we need to revamp your whole look. If you notice, there has not been a politician with a facial hair in a very long time. So the people, it doesn't inspire trust in the people.
How
Ever
about
since William Taft.
Won't they follow my winning personality?
No, not at all. No.
Facial hair is where it's at.
So what? You want me to be like completely clean shaven, short hair, gold tooth to signify wealth,
Ooh, the gold
eye patch, a
Oh,
hook for a
okay.
hand.
Tricorn, big jacket, a hook for a hand. You'll want to hunt down a little boy.
And I'm haunted. This is a story that we're creating. I'm haunted by an insatiable tick-tock sound. It's the one that says, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh, and
And
hear
that,
me out.
folks, is the end of our episode.
It's inside of a crocodile.
Oh gosh.
It's tick-tock sound.
End of an era. And the end
Hilda
of
actually dies in this moment. So
Oh, what's
she'll let you
spider heaven
know.
like?
She'll let you know.
Noah, are you gonna ask me how I want to do this?
No, I'm not. I am not. The puns were self-explanatory.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, going on from that, I guess we would continue on our way to help all the citizens.
With that being said, you guys do head off to help all the remaining citizens, and you guys probably should get some rest. You guys have a long journey ahead.
One last thing. I don't normally this time of day. I could use a stiff drink.
Quincy!
You have an image to uphold.
Quincy, now you're talking my language. The taverns and I became really good friends when I got out of my families. You know what?
A man of the people. I haven't been in a tavern in weeks.
Helaena at some point will probably catch up with them. Having held vigil as much as she can stand, she'll go sort of find them. And I'd like to think it's while they're on their way to the tavern.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's where
She's like, where are you going? And they're like, to get drinks. And she's like, perfect.
That's where the everyman's gonna be anyway.
Well, you all sit down at the tavern, the Brown Barrel Tavern. The Brown Barrel Tavern is making specialty drinks specifically for people who served in the battle. You 5 are recognized as people who served in the battle and are served peppermint schnapps.
Just water for me, thank you.
Oh no.
Fireball upon request.
Ian,
Yes, no.
Abydan wouldn't go.
Okay.
He would just keep working in the medical quarters, basically.
Sure.
He just wouldn't stop. Not until every person has been treated. I don't know how many people were injured, but he would see to everyone personally.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you, listener. Thank you, players. Oh boy, long journey ahead.
Yeah. And we're in the Brown Barrel Tavern. We finally have a good tavern story now.
Been a long time coming. Thank you so much for listening. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Hello again. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We sure hope that you enjoyed today's episode and will continue listening as the story continues. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Or if you're listening elsewhere, be sure to drop a review on the app of your choice. If you would like to follow us on social media, you can find us at bardun.adventures. That is BARDUN.adventures. If you enjoyed the music featured in this podcast, you might consider contributing to the creator's Patreon at Drinker the Bard. That's DRINKARD, the Bard. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you next time.